This is Vasari's Mars Red. This is one of my newer finds. I just started using Vasari earlier this year, and I love the texture. Is really easy to work with, which is super nice. Some might find it too oily, but I like it. Okay, so Mars Red, super powerful color. You'll see that in a second. So this is titanium white. This is Charvin's fine titanium white. They have a super fine version as well. I don't really bother for titanium white. They use poppy oil, which I like for whites, especially if I'm using it like in a background or a lot of white on a gray horse or something, because I don't have to worry so much about it yellowing. So that's what titanium white does with a really warm color. It really cools it off. It's super powerful, and sometimes you want that and sometimes you don't. So anyhow, and then this is Rublev's, this is a lead white, but this is Rublev's Venetian White, which is made with lead sulfate. It's more transparent because I prefer having more transparency. I'm trying to kind of get away from using lead whites, but you can see it's nice and subtle, and it keeps that luminosity, which is what I'm always after. Lead white isn't particularly toxic if you're just painting with it and you're a pretty neat painter. I am. You don't want to have any of it on your fingers, especially if you're going to eat. You've got to wash your hands. It's also toxic to pets, and if kids are in your area, you don't really want to have that around. The other thing is the environmental concern with lead whites. I capture my brush cleaning water because I don't want it to go into our water system. So that's my concern with it. It is a beautiful, beautiful way to lighten, though. And it also lends more strength and stability to your oil paint film layers, which is another really good reason to use it. Let's see. Okay, I'm rambling. Sorry. Let's see. Okay, so we did those two. This next one I showed in the other video. This is, where'd I go? Yeah, this is the Vasari Brilliant Yellow Extra Pale. And this is a great alternative to the titanium white. They also have the Brilliant Yellow Pale or Light, I think. You can see it keeps more of a pinky red. It doesn't go so cold. And I think this is semi-opaque as well. So that's another way. And then this is typically my go-to. This has kind of been my favorite. And this is Sennelier Titanium Buff. And this is specific to Sennelier. You can see that it is not fully opaque. And that's the quality that I like about it. It's also warm, has some warmth to it, and you can see that. Just look at that. It's so subtle in its mixing, and it really keeps all of the color in it, which is what I love about using it. So again, we've got titanium white. This is the Venetian white, lead white from Rublev. This is the Brilliant Yellow Extra Pale from Vasari. And this is Sennelier's Titanium Buff. It's also a really nice creamy texture. But it's very subtle, and that's something that I really enjoy about it. And then the other one, I use it more for this is Winsor Newton's gold. It's a metallic gold. And this I use because I paint a lot of horse portraits, and when you have transitions like through their flank or across their body, they have a lot of just areas where light hits them, and I feel like the metallic gold, especially in a transparent color, will have like just right amount of opacity, and it reflects light. So it bounces off of the pigment particles, or at least that's what I think it does. That's what I feel like it does. It's very luminous. But you see how you can quite easily raise the value. And you can get the metallic gold feel to it if you use too much. But generally speaking, if you're just using a little bit, you won't even notice how metallic it is. So let me just show you, because I would typically add, this is Rembrandt's Stil de Grand Brown. So like if I'm transitioning, then here's some ultramarine blue. And that's with the metallic gold. So you can, that has too much metallic gold over here. It's not mixing as nicely. But see that you can easily transition light to shadow. I hope that's helpful.